Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to another Officer Tatum show. Man, got caught eating the monster chips again. Y'all make sure y'all go to monsterchips.com/Tatum and get you some of these good chips. Many chips off the chain, I ain't gonna even lie. All right, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar real quick. I've been waiting all day to get to Kendrick Lamar. I've been waiting all day to talk about the halftime show. I mentioned it yesterday, and people had mixed opinions about what I said. I think the video went viral on Instagram, and there are people who disagree with me, which is fine. I don't lose any sleep. If you agree with everything that I said and did, I would question your integrity. But there's people who disagree with me. There's people who agree with me. But I just want to lay out the truth and the foundation of why I feel that Kendrick Lamar performance was a negative. A net negative. Here's the idea. Black people, I'm talking to you, need to stop trying to pander, virtue signal, or perform empty platitudes in order to somehow convince white people that you're acceptable, or try to convince white people that you woke and you know what's going on and you got something going for you. You don't need to convince good people that you're a good person. All you need to do is be normal. One thing that I did not like about the performance from Kendrick Lamar is I felt like that they tried to make it about race. They tried to make it about black versus white. They tried to allude to the fact that black people built this country and all this other stuff that I hear influencers talking about. I want to play a couple clips of some of these influencers. Then we'll go back to B-roll so you guys can watch it. I want to play a couple clips from influencers, and this is why I say what I'm saying. I want the black influencers reacting, because you have the faction of people who say they don't care whatsoever about the performance, which I think probably is most people. Then you have a faction that say it was the worst performance ever, and then you have a faction that say this was so super deep and it's so profound that the white man missed it, and this is a revolution on display. Let me show you the people who are reacting and saying that this is the greatest thing ever, and in my opinion, they made it about race. Is look at what he did. White people missed it. Except for this first clip. I think the rest of them are consistent with what I'm saying. Roll the clip.
I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding like
come on, man!
Bro, what the fuck?
I hit you like I'm young. You better
Oh no!
Hey, Liner!
That fucking stadium is so loud!
You're fun, buddy! You're fun!
Oh, damn it! Yo, please get mustard out there. It did look like her. Yes. Yes, get mustard out there. It was her, okay.
That's a dispute.
That's a huge disc. Game over. Oh my God. That was incredible. That may have been the most simple halftime show I've ever seen. Not that it wasn't, it was great, it was good. But for some reason, oh my God, that was impactful as shit. He didn't really do shit. And he fucking didn't need to, is the crazy part. Especially when you got smashes. You got smash album cuts, which is fucking crazy. A lot of people last night in New Orleans was asking me, would you ever perform at the Super Bowl? And I was like, no, I'll never be able to come up with a good enough show for a Super Bowl. And I see that and it's just like, maybe I can.
Let Us See sung the national black anthem. John Batiste sung the national anthem. Kendrick Lamar, K-Dot, performed at the halftime show with all black dancers who were dressed in red, white, and blue. They formed themselves into the American flag and sent multiple messages throughout the entire performance about what it means to be black in America. And there were other messages weaved throughout the performance that I'm still breaking down. Samuel L. Jackson narrated the entire thing, dressed as Uncle Sam. Serena Williams made an appearance.
Hold on, stop right there.
And damn.
I'm gonna get to Serena Williams here in a minute. But as you hear this man articulate, in his mind, he think this is profound. You had a black national anthem with nothing but black people. You had a black man doing the national anthem. You had the halftime performer that's black, and everybody on the staff or that are dancers that are on the crew are all black. And what do we get from this? Black people complaining about white people. That's what we got from it. He finna finish it off complaining about white people. And Serena Williams doing the sea walk. We will get to that in a minute. The utter ridiculousness and hypocrisy that Serena Williams is doing the sea walk, knowing what happened to her older sister by Crips. I will get to it in a minute. We'll get to it in a minute. She was killed. Just so you know real quick, she was killed. Her older sister was killed by Crips, and she's sea walking to show the white man. Roll the clip.
My wife SZA performed. And then to top it all off, the Eagles won against the Chiefs 40-22. The Eagles, their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is a black man. The revolution was televised. The revolution was televised, and it was televised on one of the largest stages ever. Good night, and happy Black History Month.
Kendrick Lamar halftime show was a big display on how America views black people. Having Samuel L. Jackson play Uncle Sam, which is pretty much the same character he played in Django, Steven, as the narrator of the entire Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick comes out performing the intro track to GNA, and Uncle Sam hops on screen saying, "No, too loud, too reckless, too ghetto." And the very next track that Kendrick performs is Humble. Sit down, be humble. But then he switches to DNA. I got loyalty, I got royalty inside my DNA. I'm tired of being humble. I know who I am. I know who my people are. Then he transitions to Euphoria, and I was like,
just for context here, I know this is last minute, y'all. I'm putting this on you. I want you to pull up the lyrics from Be Humble and pull up the lyrics from DNA. I just want you to pull up the lyrics. We'll come back to the lyrics. Nick, put the lyrics up. Trent, let's keep going. We'll come back to the lyrics. But Nick, whatever you could do if you can, man. I know it's last minute. Just pull those lyrics up. I'm gonna let him finish, but I want you to keep in mind he's saying that Humble and DNA is such an incredible song, and it's showing black struggle and all this sort of stuff he's trying to say. I wait till you read the lyrics. Roll it.
Euphoria, the diss track, what's the relevance to this? But it's the part of Euphoria that he performed. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever walked your enemy down like with a poker face? You're playing the game, but the enemy think you're playing by their rules. Then he goes into Man at the Garden, under a streetlight, white tees, gold grills, and he's talking about everything he feels like he deserved. I deserve it all. And Uncle Sam walks up and say, "Oh, you got your homeboys with you. You think you deserve all this. You think you're supposed to get more than what we give you. Now we go deduct one life." So when Kendrick and SZA perform Luther and All the Stars, Uncle Sam is like, "Yeah, this is what we want. Something calm, something very easily digestible. This is what you need to do. Be quiet. Don't cause too much ruckus. Just play the game the way we designed it."
Here are the things in Kendrick Lamar's show that I felt to be a big deal that nobody's talking about. Everybody and their mama doing videos, but I'm black and from LA and do creative direction for concerts and politics. Yes, Kendrick Lamar built the American flag out of black people in red, white, and blue. Black people built this country and did. But it also fits in with his album theme of uniting the people against mainstream force. The red was Bloods, blues was the Crips, and the white was Bay Area dudes wearing white shirts and gray bottoms, which is what we wear in prison.
Hold on.
Prison is where LA.
I just want to put this in perspective. Bloods and Crips are gang members that literally kill each other on a day-to-day basis and thug out young men and got them going to prison and all kind of other stuff. It is a aggravated crime if you are in a criminal gang syndicate and you commit a crime like an armed robbery. So dudes are getting extra time for being a part of gangs. And this dude and Kendrick Lamar and whoever wrote this script, if they claiming it's the Crips and the Bloods and not the American flag, you're celebrating foolery. I just want to put that out there. Roll the clip.
And Bay Area come together and where we exchange our culture. And they literally had the Bay dudes doing the same thing they be doing in prison, where they do that one beat and it's always a dude from Oakland rapping over it. 2, yes, Samuel L. Jackson being Uncle Sam, who is a constant character in Kendrick Lamar's music going all the way back to Pimp a Butterfly. Saying things like, don't be too ghetto, Kendrick. And if y'all don't know what a minstrel character is, it's the basis of the American and world entertainment system. It's where it all started, making fun of black people. And Samuel L. Jackson was definitely playing a minstrel character. Look it up. Which is really important in front of the president of the United States, a literal wannabe dictator, and the first time the president has ever been to the Super Bowl. And all your favorite NFL stars are saying it's an honor for the president to be here. Kendrick Lamar is clowning him. And also holding the very challenging tension of like, how do I keep my job while saying what needs to be said? Speaking of Crips, you got Serena Williams on stage, Crip walking. Not only is she Kendrick's nemesis's ex, but she's also really from over there and tragically lost a sibling to violence over there. And I don't know if y'all remember that debate on if she was the greatest athlete in the world, and is. So to have her representing in the biggest sports event of the world on some Compton shit, doing a tribal dance from Compton after being called all kinds of racist, sexist, anti-black woman name. Yeah, that matters, bro. Ultimately, Kendrick's whole thing right now is the people uniting against the mainstream, symbolized in part by his beef with oh boy.
Just putting it together. I'm trying to put it together for you. Serena Williams is doing the Sea Walk, which is symbolic dance that Crips do. Crips killed her sister in a drive-by shooting, and Drake was her ex. So it's not only celebrating the gang that killed your sister, but then you have Drake being an ex, and now you disrespecting your ex-boyfriend in a diss song that called him a pedophile, and also said he ain't gonna make it past the concert in Compton, or whatever he said. The something's gonna be your last stop, which saying that you may not make it out of Compton or something he said. All of that against a black man. They not talking about the white man. They not doing a diss song against Eminem. They doing it against another black man. What make this make sense? Roll the clip.
But was also highlighted throughout by him referring to himself as K-Dot, which is not his official name, but like his community name. Hell yeah to the Palestine and Sudan flag. Shout out to Zul. And there's people saying he didn't do enough. But honestly, I feel like the way that he navigated the tension of the time with the position he's in front of the world's biggest audience.
White people, I want to give y'all a quick shout out. Black people, y'all could stay too. Matter of fact, y'all need to stay because y'all embarrassing yourselves in front of company. So y'all need to hear this. For tonight and tonight only, white people have separated themselves into exactly 2 parts. Perfect overt racism and perfect understanding of what Kendrick Lamar did. I have not seen one confused white person. I have not seen one white person say, it was boring, it was bad, it was mid. I've only seen them say all the bad stuff because Kendrick Lamar did what he did, or they're so enamored to the point where they're explaining 40 acres and a mule to black people, which apparently needs to be done because there are black people who are confused about what they saw. And for that, I'm confused for y'all. This man got the NFL to pay for a protest, and y'all are confused about what he did. You want a karaoke? He got the NFL to pay for a protest. And y'all wanted bops? You wanted to sing along to every lyric? You were confused about Samuel L. Jackson. The minute Samuel L. Jackson pulled him and his top hat out, you should have clocked it. You should have known what time he was on. Matter of fact, the minute they told you Kendrick Lamar was performing, you should have known what type of time he was going to be on. But say you didn't know. The minute he said the revolution would be televised, you should have known. The minute you saw all black people on the stage, you should have known. It was not a performance. It was a protest. What do y'all not understand?
I was sitting here getting ready for bed, and I was thinking about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance.
I'm just putting these together for you. Do you know how, just imagine if white people did something like this. I just always want to put that in perspective because I'm a person that believes that we're all God's children. And if one person does it, another person does it, you're either mad at both or you're a hypocrite. If white people had a rendition in Africa where there's mostly black people, or you could say they had a rendition that they did in LA where it's mostly non-white people, and they went on a whole internet pursuit to tell and explain to minorities why they need to listen and how it went over their head, people would be outraged. That last girl just admitted to what I've been saying. This tells you all you have to do, if you know where your friends, if you white, are you Hispanic or black, do you want to know where your black friends stand? This is going to show you. When they get on TV and they're black first before they Christian, they black first before they your friend, they black first before they American, it's going to come out. And they're going to reveal how they feel in this performance. Same thing with shootings. Same thing with the Mississippi brawl or whatever that was. Alabama brawl. I don't know, it was Mississippi, Alabama, somewhere in the South. Where they on that dock hitting people with chairs and stuff. Their reaction to that, you know exactly where they stand with you. They don't really like you. They waiting for the opportunity to turn their back on you and act like they all buddy-buddy with other black people. This is the last one. Roll the clip.
And all I can keep saying in my head is that, like, America does not deserve black culture. Like, black culture is too good for America. America does not appreciate it. America just steals it and colonizes it and uses it as their own. They don't deserve it at all. Like, Kendrick Lamar put on a show of a lifetime. People don't even, half the people that watched it didn't even get what he was saying, what the message was. But, you know, us people, we saw it, we clocked it, and we received it. And we're thankful because it's Black History Month. He made us proud. And it was art. And it was amazing to watch.
If you have to spend 45 minutes interpreting a performance that's supposed to be activism, is it really activism? Is it really effective? If it went over everybody's head, then did you really accomplish anything? I'm going to go out and let my voice be heard, and I'm going to say a soliloquy or something that nobody understands, and I really did something. Power to the people. Nah, man, this is an opportunity for people to be racist, and it's an opportunity for black people to virtue signal with an empty platitude. They really don't have no leverage. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. Now, not every black person feels like these people. Let's play the other clips of a couple celebrities reacting to it. I think that all the celebrities that I sent were celebrities that didn't really think it was a big deal. Maybe it wasn't.
We also got some opposing, like, people that just thought it was boring or something.
Yeah, roll the clip.
It meant nothing to me. You talked about Drake before as great, and this scramble for in the past, so that's what I'm wondering is, do you have any thoughts on what you said?
No thoughts. I didn't really pay attention to it, to be honest. It was a pretty boring day. It was for a Super Bowl. The game was the game got out of hand. The Super Bowl halftime show was just, I didn't pay attention to it. It was just I kind of skimmed through the whole thing, to be honest.
Many celebrities have reacted to Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance. First up, Taylor Swift said, "Just who else can do this?" Next, Eminem said, "This looks insane for everyone witnessing it in real life." Next, Jay-Z said, "Definitely the right guy for the job." Next, Travis Kelce said, "The atmosphere during Not Like Us was unmatched." Next, Rihanna said, "Everything I needed and more." And finally, Chris Brown said, "Gonna be his year again, huh?"
Of course, Punch, TDE, manager of SZA, or former manager, but then became her manager again. He's TDE regardless. And he says, my new top 5 in order, no bias. Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Tupac, The Notorious B.I.G., and Nas. So clearly he was a fan of the performance, and he was there. He posted a photo of himself right next to Kendrick Lamar. And it's no surprise because these guys have been with him for 15 years. Of course, if he wasn't in their top 5, I'd be thinking they're crazy. But then we had some people who had alternative opinions, but not because they love Drake, but they love a different artist from Young Money. Cash Nasty, the streamer, says, that was Wayne would have been better. To which Your Rage replies and says, nah, Wayne my GOAT, but Kendrick a way better performer, especially right now. To which Cash says, man, it's literally New Orleans. Wayne is N.O. New Orleans. I'm not too sure here. Now, granted, full disclosure, Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper. I will listen to Lil Wayne before I listen to Kendrick Lamar. But after seeing the show that Kendrick Lamar put on, which you could see my whole thoughts at helloyousseen.com. I sent it out earlier today. I'll make a video sometime later, though. I don't know if Wayne could have put a performance to this level. Does he have songs that are recognizable? Yes. Wayne's been in the game for, 30 years? 20 plus years where he's been at the top. And then you've got Mike Majlak, one of Logan Paul's buddies, and he says, ugh, I know it's Kendrick's year, but Wayne would have this place on fire right now. And he was actually at the Super Bowl, this Mike Majlak guy, because he would go on to say, kind of snoozy. I know Drake happy right now. And then he just shows the crowd whilst, I can't play the music, of course, but it's SZA singing. What does he expect the crowd to be doing while that's happening? Like jumping up and down, screaming? They're listening to her sing. And then someone comes at him, and then he replies and says, well, actually, it starts with Aiden Ross. So Aiden Ross says, this Kendrick halftime show.
So you guys can see that people are going back and forth in their reactions. Let me get to the lyrics, if we can pull those up. Because what was mentioned was Humble and DNA. And if we can pull those lyrics up, I just want y'all to see them. I can't say them, but I want you to look at the screen and read these lyrics. And you just explain to me how there's justification for Christians to be supportive of this artist and making it out as if Kendrick Lamar is legitimized in his performance. So maybe we're trying to get that prepared now. How far are we from lining it up? Okay. Okay. All right, y'all bear with us. We're gonna get some of the lyrics up. Nope. It's got too much cussing in it. Just roll it. I want people to be able to just look at it. All right. And I just wanted you to look at it while it's playing. Is it gonna scroll down? Yes, keep going. Just read it. Just look at it. I want y'all to look at it. Great performance. Great performance. This is a great performance. I mean, I just want you to look at it. And then here's the chorus. It's called Be Humble. If you noticed, they didn't say the words that's actually in the song because they can't. Look at what he's saying. But Christians are saying, great performance, Kendrick, good job. It's because they black before they Christian. Let's go on to the next song. Is there another one? Is just this one? All right, we'll get DNA in a minute. For some reason, I thought we had both of them. Just look at the lyrics on the screen. I'm sure y'all can read it. All right, let's move on. We'll come back and get the other one next time. I can't even play it on the live stream because it's so ridiculous. So let's get back to Serena Williams real quick, and then I'm going to go to the views reaction to this. Let's go to Serena Williams real quick, because this was incredibly embarrassing, if you ask me, that Serena Williams would be doing the sea walk knowing what happened to her sister. I would never in my life think that it's a good idea for me to be elevating, partnering with, alluding to anything related to a gang that took the life of my older sister. But yet, to show the white man or Drake or whoever else they want to do, they got this girl up here doing the sea walk. Roll it.
They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like us. What? They not like us. No. They not
All
like
right.
us. No. They not like us.
Man,
I think, there's more to it. Roll the clip.
did not crip walk like that at Wimbledon. Ooh, I would have been fine. It was all love.
She just said she would crip walk. She just said crip walk. Go to Stephen A. No. Go to Jason Whitlock. But before we play Jason Whitlock, I want y'all to also know that people made a big deal about Serena Williams not only doing the sea walk, but they failed to mention that she's married to a white man. Such black excellence that we got Serena Williams doing a sea walk, dishonoring her sister who got killed by a Crip, while simultaneously acting like it's black power and she married to a rich white man. And they happy. But where's the empowerment at? Where's the I'm showing the white man? Wasn't it Apple that paid Kendrick Lamar to do the halftime show? I think Apple Music paid Kendrick Lamar to do the halftime show. A white company pays Kendrick Lamar to be an activist while simultaneously pushing an athlete who's dishonoring her sister's life by doing the sea walk, representing Crips who kill more black people than anything else in the country when it comes to violence. What are we even doing? Why couldn't a black person support Kendrick Lamar and sponsor his halftime show? Why couldn't a black company do it? But they want to be these pro-black activists, and I'm showing the white man, yet you taking money from the white man to perform. Go with Jason's clip.
The little extra sauce they put on it. They got the tennis star Serena Williams to come out and crip walk during the song. Serena Williams, the tennis star, who's married to some white male billionaire who grew up in South Central Los Angeles, who lost a sister to gang violence and a drive-by shooting. They get this controlled clown and influencer to come out and crip walk, and yes, that's what I call a controlled clown, to come out and crip walk during the Not Like Us. And it's Serena, they say, used to date Drake, and Drake treated her poorly. And, she grew up in South Central Los Angeles. Drake grew up in South Central Los Angeles. They're sticking together against their beef with Drake. And she's coming out and Crips are gang members. And they got this little certain dance. And Serena Williams is doing it on stage. And this is her little,
right.
See, I'm still.
He meant Kendrick Lamar. But let's go to Stephen A. Smith and what he said about it.
I just have to say, the Serena moment for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just like, I want to.
Serena, let's just give her.
Well, you can say give her a props, but Shannon brought it up, so I'm going there. I'm going to be like, if I'm your husband, I'm like, why are you up there dancing or something? I wanted my lick back, trolling your ex. And don't you mess up either, because I get my lick back on you too. I bet it like that.
But the Compton connection is the Compton. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Compton connection.
She's from Compton. No, we know.
Like
we know that.
Even if
too.
RC, you and I both know. Even if she's not from Compton, everybody knows her and Drake were together at one point in time. And it seemed like everybody wanted to get their lick back on Drake.
RC's, what Stephen A is saying, if he was in that situation and now he's married, he's not allowing none of that's happening.
Hold on, no.
That's what he said.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that lick back.
Go ahead, RC.
Stop it.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it, Stephen A.
This is true.
If you with Serena Williams, you gonna be a kept man anyway. Don't start that.
Now you know the people of the melanin can't talk about what's really going on. But Serena Williams is up there doing that. But it's so deep, and it's just so electrifying. We're back, black people. We're going to show them white people. Taking money from a white person. You're married to white people. Dating white women. Protesting white people. White people own the NFL, give you a platform to do the black national anthem, the halftime show, and you use that opportunity not to elevate black people, not to encourage black people, not to show black excellence, but to do a protest. And not one time would Kendrick Lamar protest his butt right over in the hood. He live in Calabasas. He got a house in Brentwood. Kendrick Lamar don't even live around black people. Neither does Serena Williams. Neither does none of these black people. But yet they gonna show the white man today. Let's see what The View have to say about this because you know they silly. Oh, we got the other lyrics. This one is DNA. I'm not gonna play the song because it's too crazy. Let's roll DNA and just read the lyrics. Okay? I think this is not moving. Oh, it's a song? I really want the last part of DNA where they say your DNA is an abomination. But if we go on, I didn't prep this well, but if we went on, you'll see some of the stuff that he's saying. See, this first part ain't as bad as it get. Let's see. Where's the part where I can't read. This one is harder to read. It's at the very end. I got to go back and look through it because there you go. Right there, go back. Yeah, go back. Go back one more. There you go. See, this is the part where if white people did this to black people, they'd be mad. This is my heritage, and it says, money and power, making of marriages, tell me something, you MFers can't tell me nothing. I'd rather die than to listen to you. He's talking about white people. My DNA not for imitation. Your DNA is an abomination. He's talking to white people. Your DNA is an abomination. Just imagine if a white person had in a song that white music or whatever white culture is not for imitating, but the black DNA is an abomination. They would get kicked off of Spotify and everything. But Kendrick Lamar can have a song like this, but yet your favorite pastor is saying, good job, Kendrick Lamar. That's just 2 of his songs. We're not even going through Not Like Us and all these other songs he played. It's embarrassing. Let's see what The View have to say about it because we know they crooked in 3 left shoes on an 8-legged man. And, of course, they're not going to have a good take on it, but I just love to hear them just melt down and look stupid every day. Roll the clip.
We do want to say congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. Who beat the poo out of the other team.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they beat them. It was sad.
Yeah, it was decisive.
Now, I didn't watch.
Good for you.
Yeah. I didn't watch, no, because I was busy, but apparently a lot went on and people were just out of their minds. So why don't you all tell me what happened?
Okay, well, I won't tell you the parts of the game because it didn't end well for my team, but there was an ad, you would have loved some of the ads. There was a Nike ad. I think we have a clip.
Oh, yeah. This was
You can't
horrible.
have any fun. You can't make demands. You
proud.
can't keep score.
You can't stand out.
Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
Hold on, I want to comment. Play it until they come back. Okay, I want to comment about that. I don't know if you guys seen the commercial where whatever you do, you can't win, so win. I don't understand why people got to be negative about. Why can't you just empower women? Why can't you celebrate the fact that men aren't playing in women's sports? They won't do that. Why can't you empower women and say, you go, girl, and you do? They always got to come from a negative place. They say you too loud, so be loud. They say you can't win, so win. They say you can't. Nobody's really talking about women like that. They don't care. You guys are playing against other women. They say you're not good enough, so be good enough. Yeah. Why play the victim? Who is they? This is one thing that I don't like, and I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna finish the clip here in 1 second. Give me 20 seconds. This is one thing I don't like about anything in aspect of life, whether it's finances, whether it's motivational speaking, whether it's sports, whether it's activism. I just hate when people focus on what other people are thinking. Oh, man, you know, when I was growing up, bro, nobody ever said I could make it. Why do you care about what other people are saying? You sound like a loser still worried about what people used to say 20 years ago. No matter what you do, bro, they going to always be on you, man. They going to always be looking. The haters, I'm just doing this for my haters. You sound like a loser. I don't care about what people think about me. I'm only focused on what B. Tatum is doing. My activism is activated from within. I'm not worried about what haters are doing. Oh, now I made it. See, y'all said I couldn't make it. I don't know who said I couldn't make it. There's plenty of people said I couldn't. There's plenty of people that said I would be great. Why do you focus on negative? The women could have had a good Nike commercial where they were just pumping their fists and saying, we're doing this, and they show the accomplishments of women and not saying anything about what anybody else is saying, but just showing what y'all are able to do. They did, and the funny thing is they had all these women, but they don't have Riley Gaines on there who fought for women's rights in sports, who fought for women to have women's sports and to keep men out of their sports. They won't play that girl. Riley Gaines ain't a woman enough. Roll the clip.
My face with Super Bowl food. That ad actually made me want to take laps, but Nike always kills it. Do you remember those shirts? I think when I was growing up, they said you run like a girl, and on the back it was it doesn't mean what it used to.
Yeah.
I just felt so inspired by that commercial. So there was stuff like that, and I needed it. I was hurting through that game a little.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, the All Women's Sports Network will take care of all
I
that.
know. I was like, you're going to love this
exciting.
one. Yeah.
What about you, Anna?
Okay, well, I don't do sports. I don't do football, so I wasn't watching the game. But listen, I think today Donald Trump is going to sign an executive order banning black people from halftime. Because you remember last week we were talking about whether the NFL was capitulating to Trump by removing the term "end racism" from the end zone. Yeah. Boy, did they not capitulate to Trump. When I saw Samuel L. Jackson dressed as a black Uncle Sam introducing Kendrick Lamar, who then had an entire formation of all black people making a U.S. flag. Listen, this much I know. All the black people on my feed were like, ooh, this is blackity black black. And all the racists who somehow get in, man, were they hopping mad. So if the racists are mad, I am happy as a clam. It was a huge celebration of New Orleans, and you can't celebrate New Orleans without celebrating black culture. Yeah. Welcome to Black History Month, you all.
Sonny?
thoroughly enjoyed it because I did predict that the Eagles would win, as can be seen by my gloating outfit today.
Her subtle jacket.
My subtle jacket. I agree with Anna. I mean, with all these attacks on diversity, all these attacks on African Americans, it was so nice to see Black excellence and joy in front of the sitting president who decided for the first time to go to the Super Bowl. New Orleans. I don't think he's ever going back. I don't think he's going back. New Orleans, of course, is a predominantly Black city, very close to my heart, 55% Black. Then you have
Violent.
Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people said they didn't understand his performance. Guys, he's an award-winning, a Pulitzer Prize-winning musician and poet. Okay, so it was a many-layered performance. You've got Serena Williams crip walking. What I also really enjoyed about Kendrick's performance is it was performance art. If you really looked at it, it was multi-layered. Yes, he had people dressed in red, white, and blue, the colors of the flag, but he also had those people. He was standing in front of them because he's explaining that this is a divided country at this point. He also has them leaning to the side because this country was built on the backs of Black people. So it was a very multi-layered. And I'll also say this about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts proves he belongs in the upper echelon of any elite quarterback conversation. He's proven that. He was the MVP. What I also loved is Autumn Lockwood of the Eagles is the first Black female coach to win a Super Bowl. She's an Eagles assistant performance coach. And
She's
then
not a
I
coach.
also loved seeing, my final thing, I'm sorry. I also loved seeing Jalen Hurts, Jordan Brand dropped an ad celebrating Jalen Hurts after his victory, aimed at all of his haters. Take a little look at this one.
Hate that you said he wasn't a top 10 quarterback? Hate that you said he couldn't throw the ball? Hate that he got over when push came to shove? Hate that he always say the right thing?
Money is nice, championships are better.
Hate that in your all-knowing, armchair wisdom, you were sure he'd come up short. Hate that you got it wrong?
Hold on a second. This is what I'm saying. Most people were rooting for him. People love Jalen Hurts. He went to the Super Bowl before. They don't watch football, so they have no idea what they're talking about. People hate on Tom Brady, and he's the greatest of all time. People hate on what's the name from the Chiefs. He won more Super Bowls than any quarterback in United States history. This quickly. The young man is the greatest quarterback right now. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play. People hate on him. They hate on Jalen Hurts. They hate on Lamar Jackson. But then there's also people that absolutely love their dirty socks. Another commercial where it's from the negative and not the positive. Why couldn't they show all the people who supported Jalen Hurts? Why has it got to be, the naysayers and all that? No, what about the people who loved him? What about his father that supported him all the way through? What about the Alabama fans? What about the Oklahoma fans? What about people like me who supported him and I wanted him to win because he's a good man? He seemed like a good man. I don't know him. He seemed like a good man, though. But no, you got to go from the negative. All is haters. When you can't be good, be good. All the negative tone. It's victimhood. Now, Jalen ain't a part of that. Jordan did that. Roll the clip.
Not talked about Drake. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes or Drake is having a worse morning today, but that halftime show ended him. Like, I was texting my mom trying to explain the Kendrick Lamar beef and Drake, and she didn't totally get it, but I think she's like Googling and getting up to speed today. It was perfect. Like, the subtlety and lack of subtlety, I really appreciated.
Yeah.
But my actual favorites, I don't follow football that much, so it's more that it's just this cultural moment and that it's hosted in New Orleans, that they had just kind of the jazzy rendition of America the Beautiful with two Louisiana natives, Trombone Shorty and Lauren Daigle. I thought this was so good, just beautiful. And then Lady Gaga performing on Bourbon Street before the show was just like perfect. And after everything the city's been through with the terrorist attack, I thought it was just like a beautiful moment. Finally, as a non-sports person, it was such a blowout by that last interception, and I think it was the third quarter. I wanted to be like, just give the Chiefs the ball. Like, just stop. It's just not fair. Like, let them make a point or whatever.
Little League. They ran the score. We're going to stop here. But there was one, real quickly, takes 2 seconds. From Odebolt, Iowa, which has less than 1,000 people and has 0 stoplights, the Eagles rookie cornerback, Cooper DeJean, scored a touchdown on his 22nd birthday.
Yes.
Yes, it was his 22nd birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a white boy some
Also
love.
won't take just a second.
Right.
Jalen is engaged to a woman named Brianna Bry Burrows, who has an MBA from the University of Alabama and is a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Just have to say there was a beautiful 102-year-old lady from Philadelphia, a huge Eagles fan, who made it to the stadium. So
listen,
I'm happy for her.
here's the thing. The Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. It's an American sport.
Yep.
And we got players of all colors playing.
Mostly black.
So the next
Disproportionately
time
black.
anyone decides that someone isn't good enough, that they shouldn't be, this is what decides if you're good enough. If you made it, you were good enough. Now, winners and losers we will always have. But there is nothing to say that any one of us can't play. We're all invited to this game.
What is she even talking about? She just said some random stuff out of it. She read the teleprompter wrong. Whoopi, you trying to be inspirational? You ain't inspirational. You don't even know nothing about football. All right, let me just wrap this up real quick. It was a part, I mean, we had a really good preparation, to be honest. I just failed in it to a certain degree. But there's a lot of elements. Maybe another time I'll talk about the elements of the show, the 40 Acres and the Mule reference, Drake diss, legal allegations that are, or the legal ramifications involved in this. I think Drake is suing the record label. But let's go through this. I'll finish it with this, and then we're going to go on to two other things. At the end of the day, I don't like the fact that there's a virtue signal associated with the halftime performance. If you're going to perform at halftime, actually be excellent. If you're going to be black, how about a black sponsor the halftime show with a black artist? If you're really going to be an activist, how about some of you black people that are activists? How about you actually live in the black community or invest time, effort into the black community since you're an activist? If you're going to have Serena Williams out there, how about you not have your entire platform, or at least the biggest, most popular song that you perform is dissing another black man? Can we do that? How about you not cry about diversity, inclusion, and delusion if you're not diverse in anything that you do? You just think the white man should be diverse. You don't have to be diverse. When you perform, you can perform with all black people. Y'all ran a sweep for all the performers in the Super Bowl were all black, no white, as far as the major performances. And that's cool. But if a white person did it, you got a problem with it. Don't be a hypocrite. That's all I got to say. I wanted to say more, but it's hard to say it on the show. I think I'm better off the cuff sitting in my car. However, I want to talk about the USAID spending breakdown. I just wanted, this is real quick. This won't take long. I had thought about this, and I saw it put out there, and it just made me sick to my stomach. And people aren't frequently talking about this, about how much money they've been blowing through. Let's go with the Jesse Waters clip real quick, and then we'll go with the Joe Rogan reaction with Elon Musk. But people aren't talking about this enough, in my opinion. Some people don't have all the information. That's why I'm not going to say it. I'm going to wait before I say this. But there's a proposal that I wanted to make to the President of the United States of America, and I'm going to make that proposal to him because we should have way more information and clear guidance on disseminating this information so we all are up to speed and we know what's going on. Because we had to do full research to figure out the USAID and what they were spending. And I think we should make it more palatable and easy to do. But anyway, roll the Jesse Waters clip.
This is what Democrats are fighting to save.
These are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
We can keep going. $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street, $2 million for Moroccan pottery classes, $11 million to tell Vietnam to stop burning trash. $27 million to give gift bags to illegals before we deport them. Millions to help Afghanis grow crops instead of opium. That program was such a success that opium production doubled. We also gave Afghanistan $300 million to build diesel fuel power plants, but they couldn't use them because diesel was too expensive. $200 million on a dam that was too unsafe to ever be used. We could have used that dam in California. $250 million on a road that was never used. We literally built a road to nowhere. Oh, and we gave Syrians $9 million for humanitarian aid. But someone messed up and it went to Al-Qaeda. $1 million for bat research in Wuhan. That equates to $1 million for each dead American. USAID was funding Fashion Week in Paris. France isn't even paying its NATO dues, and we're paying for their Fashion Week. USAID's a $40 billion deep state social justice slush fund. And the president says it's a little fishy.
Elon Musk, how often are you talking to him? And have there been ideas that he's brought to you that you've said, oh, no, wait a minute, this is going a little too far?
Well, many ideas, but look, he's done a great job. Look at all the fraud that he's found in this USAID. It's a disaster what the people, radical left lunatics, they have things that nobody would have even believed. The whole thing with $100 million spent on you know what, with money going to all sorts of groups that shouldn't deserve to get any money. With the money, I'd like to see what the kickbacks are. How much money has been kicked back? Who would spend that kind of money?
USAID is an American intelligence cutout. They've been caught staging coup after coup across Latin America, funding paramilitary groups, and getting kicked out of countries for subversive activities. The deeper we investigated USAID, the more it looks like a dark money Democrat super PAC. And if you take all of the executives from USAID, the Clinton Foundation, the Gates Foundation, the World Bank, the WHO, you get a Venn diagram that would tickle Kamala Harris. Burisma got a contract with USAID through Hunter. It was so shady that the Obama White House was like, nice try, and canceled it. Hunter's firm was repping clients who were trying to cash in on USAID disaster relief in Haiti. And by the way, the Clinton Foundation worked arm in arm with USAID in Haiti, and $1 billion disappeared, and Haiti is still Haiti. USAID was pouring billions into the hands of open borders groups. We were literally funding the invasion and buying them gift bags as they left.
Yeah, if that don't boil your blood a little bit, I don't know what else to get you started. I am so upset. I try to not to be, making y'all all outraged every day, but I'm just so upset at what the government has been doing with our money. We can't get it back. That's the thing. They spend billions of dollars and just throw money in the trash. This right here says $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. We got stuff at home. People sitting on the corner starving. There's veterans who can't get proper coverage. Like, what the is going on here? And we spending $300 million. I don't know if y'all missed that. He didn't say the number. $330 million to help Afghanis grow crops. $330 million? $300 million to build diesel fuel power plants that didn't go nowhere. $200 million unused Afghani dam that didn't work. $250 million on a road in Afghanistan that they never used. This is over $1 billion right here, or near it. Almost $1 billion. Just blowing money. And then they give kickbacks and doing all this stuff with Hunter Biden and the Clinton Foundation. They've been screwing us, making millions and millions and millions of dollars while we working hard and begrudgingly paying taxes. Looking at that money go, just wishing it'd come back. And they are blowing your money and having a good time. It's crazy. Let's go to Joe Rogan's clip. Roll it.
You say something against them, you're an...
Yeah.
So it's through the looking glass, like completely. But it just shows you how it's really just about conforming to an ideology. It's not about a real core set of standards and beliefs. because the core set of standards and beliefs, and this is where like things like USAID come into play, they can be manipulated. They can be manipulated by a mass psyop that you do through the media. And that is the core thing of this. What we're getting to is essentially the coffin where the vampire sleeps. And that's what USAID is. They found the coffin. You know, and maybe that coffin does hand out sandwiches in Guatemala or something occasionally. But for the most part, what they're doing is they're controlling the entire federal government, and they're controlling the mindset, the zeitgeist of the population. And they're funding all these people that go along with this wacky shit. And they're attacking. They're openly attacking and trying to censor people who go against it.
Yeah.
And they're spending your tax dollars to do so.
Yeah.
Your tax dollars get funneled to NGOs. NGOs start attacking people that have differing ideologies.
Yeah, usually, but they did become so disconnected from the average person that my advice would be to, you know, they say like, oh, normies did, this is one of the things I'm hearing online, like normies didn't vote for this, what Elon's doing with those 6, like I need a movie about what these kids are doing, by the way. They didn't vote for this. I'm like, yes, they did. Normies didn't vote for. You're saying normies wanted normalcy, so they voted for Trump? Like that doesn't even. People knew what they were getting. They want something to happen.
You have to rip the Band-Aid off, and the only way to rip the Band-Aid off, someone's got to get into those books and find out what's going on. And what they found so far is very enlightening, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So anybody that's not commenting on the, hey, you know what? They are finding a lot of unbelievable waste and corruption.
Yeah.
But also, he shouldn't be able to do that. Like they're not even saying he's finding insane waste and corruption.
Yeah.
And he's finding this circular loop of funding. And he's finding this manipulation of public perception on a wide variety of issues, including COVID, vaccines, and the border, all these different things. They were actively involved in the entire country, and no one's addressing that from the left. So they're losing more and more credibility. So all they can cling to is he has access to people's social security numbers and private information. Like, really? Is that
Who doesn't, by the way?
The whole government does, by the way. But are you saying that is he going to do something bad with it? Like, what is he doing? What he's doing is uncovering insane corruption. That should be the primary thought that everybody has is, oh, my God, we have this enormous deficit, but spending is completely out of control. And look what it's being spent on, because this is the first time we're ever getting a peek into the coffin.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We're like, we see it. It's in the dark room. We hear the organ. We didn't know what was in the coffin.
Yeah.
Now we do.
And I do think you have to like salt the earth too, where all the DEI stuff is. They're like, oh, they're going too far and blah. I'm like, no, you got to root this shit out. It needs to be gone. Like,
there's too many
because
hustlers.
like you said, it is an ideology. So it's harder to kind of change the minds of people who have been indoctrinated with this in colleges and schools, but get it out of the institution.
1,000%. I couldn't agree with her more. That's why I love Joe Rogan, because he has an open and candid conversation with many people, and I'm glad he brought Trump on, because I think it opened up an opportunity for him to just continue to do more and listen to people on the right side. But the fact that people are mad that he's discovering government waste is insane to me, and it should tell you everything you need to know about who these people really are and what they stand for. They just hate it because Trump is doing it. They cry for the longest, big government and lobbyists and millionaires and billionaires. And they do all of this, and then when Trump is trying to go after the same things that they've been crying about, they go, oh, no, it's wrong. I mean, he getting the Doge. You can't. He unelected bureaucrat is going through and having access to all your Social Security numbers. He could have access to 100 million Social Security numbers, and still it won't make up for the money he already is worth. He worth $200 billion. Most of y'all broke anyway. And I'm include me. Compared to him, he broke anyway. What are you going to do with your Social Security number? Some of y'all ain't got no good credit. Your credit bad. What are you going to do, get a loan out for you for $200? He worth $200 billion. That man, he looking for your credit card information. I'm going to sell this information. The government already got your stuff. And to be honest, if you ever bought something from a website, you ever put your money, and man, people, that's why you get phone calls every other weekend and people calling you unsolicited. Your stuff already sold. You're on Facebook, ain't you? Hey, all your stuff gone. They done sold your stuff to all kind of people, advertisers, everything. Shut up. The man is finding corruption, and y'all should be happy about it. I got 2 more stories I want to talk about. I want to talk about Dank DeMoss, big body, side by side. I should call her rap name should be Side by Side. And then Joy Behar has been missing from the View. Was she on that clip? She was on today. Okay, maybe we'll skip that story because there was rumors that she ended up getting fired because Caroline Levitt sued her. But we'll hold off on that because if she was back today, that means that didn't happen. All right, Dank DeMoss. Remember Big Body? 400. Her rap name should be 400 because she's 400 pounds. She should be called Side by 400. Miss Thicky Smalls. There you go, Thicky Smalls. She should have that name. See, I should be her producer. I could get her a contract. Y'all welcome to the stage, Thicky Smalls. Thicky Smalls, a.k.a. Side by Side, a.k.a. 400, a.k.a. too big for the scales, a.k.a. can't fit in the Uber or the Lyft, a.k.a. I'm finna sue somebody for a hamburger, a.k.a. I'm hungry right now while I'm getting ready to rap, a.k.a. I can't find a shirt to cover my stomach up, a.k.a. I'm big bone. AKA, I was born like this. All right, play the clip.
Meet you.
Hi, how are you?
Stormy, how you doing? Hey, Ken. How you, brother? You good? Nice to meet you, Ken.
Now she finna sue the Breakfast Club. Look.
This the only seat y'all got?
What you want? What you need?
She need a
bigger
couch.
chair or something.
Is she already little?
We had
That's what I'm talking about. Good. This is the accommodation.
There you go.
I bet she musty as a mother.
You walked in and you said the chair was too small, so we had to bring the part of the sectional for you to sit in. And you said something. You said, "This is what I'm talking about: accommodations." Right.
Yes.
But we live in a world that's not always going to be able to accommodate people that.
But
are
we
plus
should
size.
though. We should because we not all the same. You know. I feel like we should. Like why not? I feel like a lot of times people think that bigger people, obese, the F word people should just be in a house. When it's like
The
we
F
not.
word?
Yeah, the F word. I'm not.
You heard that you can't say in your house.
Yeah.
Fat. You don't like.
Oh.
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, we don't use that word in my house either.
I thought you were talking about the gay slur. I'm like, wait, I'm confused.
No.
No.
But I just feel like it should be accommodated. Bigger people should be accommodated, just like we accommodate the LGBT community. All those other communities. I just feel like we outside. If we inside, is get up. Why you in a house? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. When we outside, it's like, why you not in a house?
Well, people would say,
okay,
John.
Who actually told you that? Because that's crazy. I don't believe that F people should stay in the house.
That's how it is. We go outside and people looking at us crazy, like we getting stared at for what? Because we big.
I know a lot of times, even saying it with how Liz, although she's lost a lot of weight now, how it could be like some of the clothes that the F people wear, with things hanging out and y'all, try to wear things that the smart, the S people be wearing.
I don't live in a world where I'm the skinny people when the F people. That's not my reality. I am a human being. I am regular. Just because I'm outside with my like I said, I've been doing this a long time. And when I said I've been doing this a long time, I've been putting on for people like me for a long time. I did a naked, excuse me. I did a naked photo shoot in 2017. Now all the big girls showing their stomach, they showing skin. The people wasn't doing that. We had porn stars doing it, but we didn't have regular people doing it. Now they doing it. I just feel like I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. I'm gonna be cute with it too.
Hold on. I just want to make sure I heard it right. That's the end of the clip. I want to make sure I heard it right. She said she did a naked photo shoot. You can't make this stuff up. And I ain't trying to make fun of her or nothing, but you went on and sued Lyft when you ordered the regular Lyft. I don't even order regular Lyft. I order Uber X. If Lyft had an X, I would order Lyft X. I don't want to be in the back of a little bitty car. I want to be in an SUV. They got Uber XL, and you ordered a regular one, knowing that you can't even drive, you so big. You can't even fit in the driver's seat of a regular car, and you going to get a small one. And he said, look, ma'am. And he was accommodating, to be honest, if you guys remember the story. He said, you can't fit in this one. I can call you another one. Maybe you can get another car because you can't fit into my tires. You're going to blow my tires out. I think that was accommodating. You know, when she went on the Breakfast Club, they didn't already have a chair for her. They said, all right, you can't use this chair. Let us get you another chair. The same thing happened with Lyft. Let us get you another Lyft. She didn't want that one. She mad because the only chair that she asked for, which was the car that she asked for, was too small for her, and she knows she big. Let me say this too. I don't have no problem with people living their own life. If you want to be fat and die young, you ain't never seen an old fat person. Name a person that's fat and 80 years old. You ain't seen one. If you want to die young, that's on you. Just don't quit trying to play the victim all the time. You are the top 0.001% of people that are over 400 pounds. I may have you look it up. Nick, can you look this up real quick? What percentage of the population for women are over 400 pounds? Maybe you just put percentage of population of women over 400 pounds. The number is probably astronomically small. There can't be that many people over 400 pounds, women, especially women, because you got to be like 5'6", 420. That's a big girl. She probably 5'5", 5'3", 400 pounds. That's a refrigerator. That's bigger than a refrigerator. I don't even think my refrigerator weighs 500 pounds. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but you know you big. What? You nigga get nothing? You know you big. You know you can't even have a regular bed. You know you can't sit in a regular chair. You know you don't even drive because you're too big to be in the driver's seat. You can't get your feet on the pedal. Then you need to be mindful and be patient with other people who don't understand how this is happening. The crazy thing is some of these people, they want you to be patient, but they don't want to be patient. They want you to be accommodating, but they don't want to be accommodating. They want you to be sensitive to how they feel, but they're not sensitive to how you feel. If I was trans, which I don't know how people be trans. If I was trans, I feel like I would have enough awareness to say, I know some people love trans stuff. Some people love trans people and they into the stuff, and some people hate it. Some people understand it and they don't like it. Some people understand it and they like it. Some people don't understand it, they don't like it. Some people don't understand it, they like it. There's so many people out here. This is the decision I made with my life, but I do understand that a lot of people ain't cool with it, and I know these people over here cool with it. So I'm going to hang out over here with the people that like me and that's into the trans and LGBTQ stuff, and I'm going to leave these people alone. I don't need to judge them. They don't need to judge me. I'm in my space, they in their space. I'm not going to fool with them. I'm not going to mess with them. If I was trans and I looked like my uncle with a wig on, I would say, I know people may feel uncomfortable if I go in the women's bathroom. So I'm just going to go to the restroom at home. Or when I go out some places, I know when they have a gender neutral bathroom. So I could just go in the one that can service both people. And therefore, I'm not offending nobody and I can still live my life. If I'm a transition, I know I'll beat the brakes off these women in sports. So you know what? I don't think that's fair to women because I hadn't been a woman my whole life. I just became a woman, and I'm so much stronger and better. I know what I ran in the 100-meter dash. I know how far I threw the javelin. I know what my swimming records are. I know how I play basketball. I understand that. So let me not be hurtful to other women because I want to be accepted by women. That's how I feel like I would be. Like you're gay. If I'm walking around gay, I know people going to look at me. I'm not mad at them. Some people just looking because it's weird. Some people looking because they hate me. Some people looking because they probably want to take me or this other person I'm with. Why can't people be more accommodating? I'm going to say this. This is the most profound thing you're going to hear. If you want to be loved, show love. If you want compassion, show compassion. If you want friendship and connection with people, be a friend to somebody and connect with people. If you want it, you got to put it out there to receive it. You reap what you sow. So if you're a person who's trans and you want to be accepted, you need to become accepting to other people's opinions. And people may be more accepting to you. When you go in a GameStop and you go, "It's ma'am," and you be fighting people and mad because they use your pronouns wrong, you're going to just consistently get that hate. You're going to consistently feel bad for yourself. But I would argue that if you want people to support you, love you, appreciate you, be a loving, appreciating person, and you'll get it back in return. And for those who don't return it back to you, just don't fool with them. You don't stop being a good person because they bad. You just stop being accessible to that person and be accessible to people that appreciate you. All right. That didn't cost you nothing. That'll change your life right there. All right. I love you guys. Do we got super chats real quick? All right. We'll get to the super chats and then I'm going to get up out of here. All right. All right, y'all. Let's get it. All right. They all mad because he's calling out chomos. Let's see. You just don't understand, Brandon. This is our culture. Robbing, killing, selling drugs, fornication. This is our culture, Brandon. How dare you? I swear that's how it sounds to me. I come out and say, "Hey, man, I don't think we should be doing this. Oh, man, that's a bad representation of black people." Nah, bro, you don't understand, bro. I'm like, I grew up around black people. I grew up in the hood, in and around the hood, my whole youth. I look back and I say, dang, that was a bad environment. That don't breed success. If you make it out, you a, anomaly. But that don't breed success, bro. Like having to worry about what colors you wearing every day ain't a success, bro. Going to school, people fighting, coming off the street, selling dope and all this stuff. That's not a good environment. Zombies walking up and down the street. You got to lock your stuff up. You get robbed. That's not a good environment. You could buy a stolen gun off the street like this. I cannot confirm or deny I knew somebody in high school, junior in high school, bought a stolen gun. Tested it out in the parking lot at the school. Bow, bow, bow. It wasn't me. But I can't confirm or deny I knew somebody. You get a stolen gun like this. And we were all in high school. High schooler getting a stolen gun for another high schooler. You got the money, you got the guns. That's not a good environment to be in. Anyway, let me move on. Let's see. Officer Tatum, people were like that with Kamala Harris. Shake my head. Speak it. I appreciate it. Black people are the only people that conflates excellence with degeneracy. Oh, my God. Mr. Joe. Finally, somebody else said it. He said it, not me. I think of excellence. I think of Ben Carson. That's what I think of excellence. I think of Thomas Sowell when I think of excellence. When I think of an economist or somebody who's successful. These are the people I think. I think about Clarence Thomas. I think about George Washington Carver. I think about Booker T. Washington. I think about Madam C.J. Walker. I think about those people when I think about success. Now, there's a whole bunch of other people. These are just mainstream people that everybody would know. That's what I think about. I think about my dad. When I think of a successful black man, I think about my dad. Been married, 30 years now. My dad had been working hard and being a man of integrity my whole life. That's black excellence. Not somebody rapping about thugging and killing and stealing. My daddy was alive during the crack cocaine epidemic. Why my daddy ain't in prison? Because my dad decided to make good decisions with his life. That's black excellence. When I think of Black Wall Street, when I think of black people who back in the day own their own business, their own barbershops, their own musicals, their own theaters, their own bus line. Believe it or not, black people had a bus line when they were over there messing with the white people. Rosa Parks and them. Black people had a bus line. Instead of us doing our own bus line, we want to wire with the white man and protest on his bus. We had a bus. But then we say, let's integrate with the white man. We lost our bus system. Now we ain't got nothing. And then white people don't want you on the bus. So now you're fighting them to be on the bus when you had your own bus line, when you had your own community, when you had your own land, you had your own schools. And then you being and complaining because you wanted to be involved in a white people's school. And then when they don't accept you, you mad. You abandon your stuff to be a part of something that didn't want you. And then you mad at them for not wanting you. And then you build a resentment forever. Them white people dead and moved on and y'all still mad. Kendrick Lamar, when I look at Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, I wouldn't want my son to act like Kendrick Lamar. I wouldn't want my daughter to date a man like Kendrick Lamar. How is he a role model? Oh, because he's famous. Oh, I get it. Snoop Dogg see walking at the Super Bowl. It's a Crip walk. These are Crips. These are real gang. To white people that never grew up in a black neighborhood or wasn't a police officer, Crips and Bloods to you is a cool little swoop thing that people do, and they do the little dance and all that. That's so cool. That's trendy. In the hood, Crips and Bloods is violence. You get caught in the wrong hood, you will die. They catch their ops. They call them ops. You get caught, you catch an op out. They'll shoot and kill you in the middle of the street. Gang initiation. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. When I was young, I got jumped in the game. Me and my brother did. 5 Deuce Hoover Crip. That's how we used to do it. 5 Deuce Hoover Crip. We used to throw up gang signs and all this, and we used to do all this stuff, be hanging out the window doing this. And I was young. My mama found out, she was all over us. My daddy never knew we were in the game. My mama found out, we used to have a blue flag hanging out our pocket. My mama caught us with that stuff, man. She threw that stuff in the trash. I think I cried too when she threw my flag away. That tell you what kind of gangbanger I was. But my cousin them jumped us in the living room. Now, of course, they didn't jump us in like a regular street dudes because they didn't hit us in the face. But I mean, my cousin Mikey jumped me in. They tied the flag around their hand. Boom, 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 boom. Just fighting. And you know, we were soft as a mud, man. We wasn't gangster like our cousins. They beat us up. We crying and stuff. We wasn't gangster like that. Got jumped in the game. That stuff is real, man. You really riding against your rivals. You really can't say certain words if you a Crip or a Blood. Like Crips can't say B words. It's that stupid. It's that stupid, white people, if you haven't noticed. It's really that stupid. You walking around, you got to say, you can't say blood. You got to say cud. If you a Crip. You can't say block. You gotta put a C in front of it or something. They really can't say words or you set tripping. Like flame and like the words flame and all this stuff. You can't even use certain words with a B in it if you're a Crip. It's the stupidest stuff in the world. Anyway, the leading cause of death for young men my age getting killed by another black man. And to be honest, most of it is gang violence. But that's black excellence. How about the Hims and Hers commercial that had This Is America racist song playing in the background? That one really threw me off. I don't remember that one. This Is America. Oh, the Cambino song. I mean, what's his name? Something Cambino. America. What is his name? Childish Gambino, I think his name is. That Childish Gambino song. Childish Gambino. Not Cambino, Gambino. I don't be knowing these fools' names. But yeah, I think I remember that commercial because we remember the song, but I didn't even watch the commercial, I don't think. I don't remember the commercial. I remember that song came up. Is The View or is this Officer Tatum show a lot of ranting about one subject? You sound like Whoopi. Oh, Chuck, I'm sorry you came to the show and gave me a super chat. I want you to know something. Just in case you forgot, this is my show. I do what I want to do on my show. If you don't like my show, you don't watch my show. All right? You can take your little nasty super chat back too. Your little $4. If you don't like my show, don't watch my show. All right, what happened to the left being woke and overly emotional? ? Now you're touching that monoracial crowd on the stage. Curb your hypocrisy, Brandon. Okay, here another one. Take your little funky $5 back. You know, I don't get what people saying. Okay, we just had almost all black Super Bowl. Y'all still be oppressed. Love your show, Officer Tatum. Appreciate it. Yeah, still oppressed. I don't even know what the heck Whoopi even said at the end of that. She don't know what she said. She tried to sound woke. Let's see. Check out Good Fight Ministries, yesterday's episode about Kendrick Lamar, and 1 week ago about the Super Bowl halftime show. Do not be deceived. It will open your eyes. All right, cool. I'm going to check that out. Good Fight Ministries. Let's see. Here you go. The same person sending little funky super chats. Let's see. Where am I at? All right, here you go. She will sue Six Flags for not being allowed in for her safety. God bless her soul. Honestly, feel bad. Forget her. Let's see. If anyone need Ozempic, she does, because her health will only get worse as she get older. I'm not even playing, folks, which is true. I mean, I ain't trying to push Ozempic or nothing, but you probably need to take action. Let's see. Let me go. I ain't even reading that super chat no more. Let's see. Make crop tox illegal for big girls. Why, if you stereotype, especially for safety, because of a group walking towards you that looks like thugs or a sketchy car, but now you are called a racist because you put safety first? Right. I mean, it's funny because black people can do it, but white people can't do it. If a black person walking down the street see another black man and like, man, I'm going to get across the street, bro. I don't trust homeboy looking sketchy as a mud. That's totally fine. But if a white person say the same thing about the same black person that black people are afraid of, they somehow become a racist. Let's see. Dustin, thanks so much for super chat. Eating like a walrus isn't something that needs to be accommodated. People from U of A need those accommodations. Whatever, bro. Look, man, if you like a girl and you 5'5", 250, that's different. If you 400, they can't change the aircraft design for you, okay? Just so you know. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you watching the show. I'm out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.